Okay, so day 3 of global launch is about to end in a few hours, and by a few hours I mean 7 hours. It's just that I'm going to sleep right now, so this is going to be the last time that I log in during the third day. So I'm just doing my day 3 guide, guide quote unquote, just before I go to sleep. Now in this one I actually have it written on a notepad, just so that I can have it slightly more structured about what I want to talk about in this video, because actually there's a lot of questions that I received in the comments and outside of the comments about some things. So I'm going to talk about the main important thing, which is going to be the story progression, right? My story progression, I actually wanted to beat chapter 10 today, but I wasn't able to. This is hard mode. I wasn't able to beat chapter 10 today because I didn't have enough time, because today is a Thursday, and Thursdays are quite busy, so I wasn't really able to play as much as I wanted to. Tomorrow's a Friday, so I am hopeful that tomorrow I will be able to not only clear story 10, also be able to clear Chimera 10 and Glycis 10. I think I can actually beat them right now with my current team. It's just that I don't know if I'm willing to put in the time. It's already too late for me to be doing any more progression anyways. I wanted to talk about a specific stage in story, which is normal story 10-5. 10-5. This stage is going to give you the biggest boost in progression that you could possibly hope for, because it's going to give you one of the best pieces, one of the best gear sets in the game, which is this gear set right here. It's giving you a full legendary 5-star gear set with preset substats for the sword and the accessory, and they're both really good substats as well. The armor is RNG. I got lucky with the helmet, but I got unlucky with everything else, but it's fine. This armor you're going to be using for like the next few days, like up until you literally beat the entirety of the PvE content, and then once you start like religiously farming and crafting gear, then you'll be slowly replacing these pieces. But for now, they are going to be lasting you for a long time to come. This is going to give you the biggest boost in in progression. This is the first thing that I wanted to talk about, right? Before I forward to the next thing, I'm going to show you my all of my unit stats and my gear sets as well. I'm using crit chance on her because I cannot find the speed one. I'm using an HP one on her because I cannot find the speed one as well. The moment I find speed accessories, I'm just going to be replacing them on basically everyone, except Dolly for now. I'm using this one. This one also drops from the missions, the guide missions that I did mention in one of my previous guides, which is the guide that you want to be following the most. I will show you my guide progression as well in a little bit. This gives you 80 effectiveness, which is the stat that you need for Dolly to be able to land her debuffs. It's effectiveness versus resilience. If you have more effectiveness than the boss, then your debuffs are not going to be missing. If you have less, then there is a chance that your debuffs will miss. There's a chance. It's not a high chance, depending on how much resilience the boss or the enemy has to begin with. This is my Dolly stats. Now I showed you every unit stats. Right now, the second thing that I wanted to talk about is my Valentine armor. It's a 5-star speed set, right? Same with my Tio armor. Now, when you're progressing through tower, the main progression path is going to be doing tower, get stuck on tower, go back to story, do story, get stuck on story, go back to tower. If you get stuck on both, somehow you can do the Archdemon ruins, the Archdemon ruins. Make sure you use your daily tickets. I guess these are the only things. You can go do some arena, try to work on your gear, and then you come back and do more progression. That's like the main progression cycle in this game as a new player. So you get these boxes, right? These are select boxes. You select like a piece out of 3 sets, and you always want to select speed. Speed is going to be the best gear long term. Now, I say long term, but you're going to be replacing them very soon, the moment that you get 6-star equivalent gear. But speed, even early on, speed is still king, so make sure that you are getting the speed set from the selection boxes. Now, that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. While we're on the topic of tower, actually, I probably should talk about, please, if you get stuck on a boss, try to read the boss passive. I'm going to talk about a specific boss that some people have been stuck on, and they should not have been stuck on, because it's one of the easiest bosses in tower, which is floor 40. This boss specifically has a weird, not really a weird, you can say a unique mechanic, which is literally sit in the passive. At the start of battle, reduces damage taken by 60% and weakness gauge damage taken by 50% for 2 turns, right? The aforementioned effects are irremovable. Okay, this is not really important. The second paragraph is where it's literally states the entire kind of sketch or like the trick to the fight. As long as a shadow beast exists, Schwartz, you know, I don't know if that's how you say it, Schwartz does not take damage and his weakness gauge is not reduced. Shadow beast are the little guys behind him. You don't always have to just tunnel vision on the boss. If the boss has minions, there is probably a mechanic that is related to these minions, so make sure that you get rid of them. So the only thing that you need to do here is just kill the minions, and then you're able to easily kill the boss. This is about bosses. This is just not just floor 40. If you get stuck on any boss, make sure you understand what the boss is doing, right? Just make sure that you understand the basic mechanics of the boss. Right, now with that out of the way, let me actually edit my notepad just so I don't mess up. Right here, do this, and go here, okay. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the codex. When you go to the menu, there's going to be an exclamation point on top of your hero. Now this one, I wish there was a way to hide it, because it literally tells you every single thing that you can do. Every single time you can transcend the hero, this will always be here, so it's quite annoying. But this one is important. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, I guess. This one is important. As soon as you get an exclamation mark on your codex, that means that you can claim some growth goals, right? Some growth goal rewards. So you want to get those, but you don't want to get those for the ether. You get like a little bit of ether. The main reason when I get this is because of the growth level. These are universal stats, so every single unit on your account is getting 4% HP, 2% defense, and 2% attack. And you can also see the levels to this. There's like 11 levels and gold conditions. I'm not sure what the gold conditions are exactly. I'm not sure how it's calculated. But I currently have 14 gold conditions. I'm getting 2% free attack, 2% free defense, and 4% free health for free for every single unit. The stats might not be that large, but when you're getting it globally on all of your units, they actually do add up, and they do go a long way in the long term. So just make sure you're claiming your codex, because a lot of people are just gonna ignore these two. I wish there was like a claim all button here, but I'm sure they will add it, because I've seen it quite a bit in the complaints. So there's no way they just don't add it at all. Eventually there'll be like a quality of life update, which will probably include claim all for the codex, hopefully. Anyways, now I want to talk about the skills, right? Books and skills. I'll show you my skill levels. This is very important, specifically long term, because blue books are actually very scarce, because the only ways to get blue books in the end game is doing the Archdemon ruins, or the Archdemon, I still don't know how to pronounce that, that resets every 3 days. And the other way to do it is to buy them from the weekly PvP and weekly guild shops, which is like a few books a week. So just do not go willy-nilly spending all of your blue books on like 10 different units at once. Even the 4 units, I'm only using 4 units, and even the 4 units that I'm using, I'm only prioritizing specific skills, and I'll show you the skills that I'm prioritizing for now. Now just make sure that you get every single skill to level 2. Because level 2 just gives you the extra weakness gauge reduction, which is really important to break the bosses. So just make sure that you are, just upgrading them to a minimum of level 2. Noah, skill 1 and skill 2, which are the main 2 skills, I have them at level 3. I'm fine with them at level 3 for now, because I'm prioritizing another skill, which is Valentine's S2. Once you max it out, you will actually have 100% uptime on the buff skills, which is, one of the most broken buffs in the game, crit chance and crit damage for 3 turns for free. Just have a permanent uptime, 100% uptime on it. It's pretty fucking insane. The other skill that I'm going to be prioritizing is Tio's S3. Once you max the skill out and once you use the burst level 1, you're actually gonna have 100% uptime on it as well, as long as you're always using the burst level 1, which requires action points. And I'll also talk about action points in a little bit. The video is getting quite long, but I think I'm touching up on some important questions and important topics that a lot of new people don't really understand how it works. So once you max it out, once you use the burst level 1, the next turn that Tio comes around, she will have her ability back, so you're gonna have 100% uptime on it. Now, the way you get action points, this is very important. The way you get action points is actually different per class, not per unit, per class. Healer class gets action point every time an ally gets hit. The healer is going to get action points. I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure if it's even mentioned in the combat guide. There is a combat guide in this game that most people are not going to be reading, but it does exist. So I'm not sure how much you gain, but you do gain action points based on the amount of times your allies get hit. For defenders, the way you get action points is by getting hit, not your allies, you yourself getting hit. The way that strikers get action points is by attacking. The way rangers get action points is by taking turns. I have no idea how mages gain action points. I have no clue, and I don't really care because I don't really use any mages that benefit from action points, because Dali burst skills are not really that useful for the most part. Now this is going to be my second priority, right? My third priority is actually going to be Dolly's S2, because once you max it out, you'll also have 100% uptime on the debuffs, because this becomes 3 turns and it's a 3-turn cooldown. So, you know, just infinite uptime on one of the best, you know, some of the best skills in the game, just simply by maxing the skills. My fourth priority is going to be maxing out her S2, Tio's S2, which brings me to another topic. This is going to bring us to another also important topic, trust level. Why trust level? Because if you didn't know, if you go to the special gears menu, you will see that there's an exclusive equipment that most people don't know how to get for the most part. Like most new people don't know how to get this. The way you get these is by maxing out your unit's trust level. I hope you're not giving your Noah your gifts. I really hope so, because Noah's special equipment is absolutely dog shit. I'm sorry, exclusive equipment, right? Exclusive equipment. It's pretty bad. Do not feed your unit, your Noah any gifts. Prioritize your TU as the #1 priority, and the reason why you're prioritizing your TU is because it has the best exclusive equipment in the game, and I'll show you what it does right now. When using basic first aid, increases the priority of all allies by 20%. Now, basic first aid is this skill. This skill, not only does it cleanse your units, all of your allies, not only does it heal them by 30%, because, you know, I'm considering max level, it also is going to increase their priority by 20%. Now, priority in this game is referring to the speed meter. In most game it has different names, but in this game it's basically referring to the speed meter. So you're gaining 20% mileage in the speed meter, basically, which is pretty fucking insane. This skill is what makes Tio, combined with her exclusive equipment, is what makes Tio the most, by far, the most used PvP unit in the game. On the Asian side, you know, in the soft launch server, there are some niche teams that don't use Noah. Now, the reason I mention Noah is because Noah's, by most people's standards, is considered like the best unit in the game, I guess. But in PvP, not a single top 100 team in the soft launch server does not use Tio. Not a single team. And some niche teams, most teams also use Noah, but some niche teams do not use Noah, but they also use Tio, which shows you how fucking broken Tio is, combined with her exclusive equipment. So this is going to be your first priority for the gifts. I should probably also talk about how gifts work. You'll see that there are, like, your character is gonna like specific gifts. Now, the reason why they like specific gifts is because every single gift has a type. For example, Valentine likes luxury gifts. Tio, I don't know what Tio likes, but you can see it from here. Valentine likes luxury. She likes this type of gifts. Also, Veronica likes the same exact types of gifts. So this is going to be hard because I also want to max out Veronica's trust level. I'm going to prioritize Tio, then Valentine, then Veronica, because all three of their exclusive equipments are actually quite good. Right, so gift types. This is another topic. This is the type of gifts that TU likes. I'll show you how you can know what the gift types are. If you go to this box, not this, I think this one. Yeah, normal quality present selection box. This one is science. This one is luxury. This one is magic tool. This one is craft work, and this one is natural object. 5 different types, right? Each different unit is going to have, you know, a specific type of gifts that they like, and you can figure that out by yourself. Just see what the lowest rarity gift that they like, and just go check the typing here, and then you'll know what type of gifts they like in general. So this is for trust level and gifts. The video is already 15 minutes long. That is insane. What else should I talk about? Right. I should probably talk about my progression in these stages, right? I was able to do the 10th stage of food at around 42,000 CC. The only way I was able to do it is you basically don't want Fenrir to tunnel vision on one of your units. You want her to spread her attacks amongst the 4 units, just so that she doesn't 2-shot one of your units by accident. She doesn't have a lot of health. She has like 46,000 HP, which is not a lot. And you just need to survive one of her hits at least per unit. If she one-shots one of your units, that means you're probably too under-leveled, so you just come back later once you can survive at least one of her hits. If she crits you, you're basically dead, but it's like a 10% chance, so you just gotta hope that she doesn't crit. And yeah, just reset until you're able to beat it, then the next day you can just sweep it until you actually have the required CC and you can just auto it normally. This is for the food stage, and then also the stone stage I was able to beat the 10th one for. I wanna get Noah to max, yeah, to the max upgrade tomorrow. So I was actually farming the stones in story. If you didn't know, you can farm the stones from story. Doing this early on is fine. Later on, it's a waste of stamina because you could just be farming Glycis and Chimera with your stamina. But early on, there's not much that you can do with your stamina, so farming them is actually not that bad. I probably should also farm the blue and red ones because I do use not blue actually. I think, yeah, just the red ones, because I do use 2 red units on my team. So I'll probably be doing that as well. Yeah, I probably should do that like right now. Let me claim my stamina right here. This one is expiring, so I'm just gonna claim this one. Go to story, adventure 1. Yeah, I'll just do this. I think that's it really for the day 4 progression guide, quote unquote. I probably should have split the video into 2, but it's only 17 minutes, so I think it's fine. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.